Elon Musk's company XAI just dropped something pretty wild yesterday. It's called Grokipedia, and it's basically their version of Wikipedia, except instead of being written by thousands of people over decades, this thing was written entirely by artificial intelligence, and it launched with almost 900,000 articles already live. So what the hell is going on here? Let's dive into this. Okay, so on the morning of October 27th, Musk posted on X, that's Twitter, whatever we're calling it now, and he just casually drops this link. Grokipedia version 0.1 is live. And people click on it, and boom, there's this whole encyclopedia sitting there. Now, when I say encyclopedia, I mean it. You go to grokipedia.com, and there's this clean, simple search bar. You type in literally anything. World War II, Taylor Swift, quantum physics, whatever. And you get a full article, sources at the bottom. The whole deal looks legit. Here's the crazy part though. All of those articles, every single one, was written by AI, not a human. The AI is called Grok, which is XAI's answer to ChatGPT. And somehow they got this thing to pump out 885,000 articles before launch. To put that in perspective, Wikipedia has about 8 million articles in English, but those took 25 years and millions of volunteers working on them. This Grokipedia thing, it's got about 11% of Wikipedia's size, but it was all created in probably a few weeks. That's insane when you think about it, and Musk is already claiming it's better than Wikipedia. He posted that even at version 0.1 it's superior, and version 1.0 is supposedly going to be 10 times better. Bold claims right out of the gate. So let me explain how this thing actually works, because it's pretty different from what you're used to with Wikipedia. When you search for something on Grokipedia, the system first checks if they already have that article sitting in their database. If they do, great. It loads instantly. But if they don't have it yet, here's where it gets interesting. Your search basically sends a request to the Grok AI. The AI then goes through all the information it was trained on, which is basically the entire internet. And it writes an article for you right there on the spot. Takes maybe 10 or 15 seconds. It generates this summary, adds some sources at the bottom for credibility, and then saves it as a permanent page. So once that article exists, the next person who searches for the same topic gets that saved version immediately. And because these pages are permanent and show up in Google searches, the whole thing grows naturally just from people using it. The more people search, the more articles get created. They're calling it the snowball effect. Now here's where it's really different from Wikipedia. You can't just go in and edit an article like you can on Wikipedia. You know how on Wikipedia, anyone can hit edit and change something? Yeah, that's not happening here. What you can do is click a button that says, "It's wrong," and submit a correction. Then the AI looks at your correction and decides whether to update the article or not. Think about that for a second. On Wikipedia, humans have the final say. Editors debate, they discuss, they vote on changes. On Grokipedia, the AI makes the call, and that AI was built by XAI, which is owned by Musk. So ultimately, there's a lot more centralized control here. Let's talk about how these two platforms are different, because the contrast is pretty stark. Wikipedia is this massive collaborative project. Almost 8 million articles, all written by volunteers. You've got people who are experts in really obscure topics, spending hours making sure articles are accurate. Everything is transparent too. You can see the entire history of every article, every edit, every debate, every argument that happened behind the scenes. It's all there. The whole thing is run by the Wikimedia Foundation, which is a non-profit. They survive on donations. You've probably seen those banners asking for $5. That's how they operate. No ads, no corporate control, just donations keeping the lights on. Grokipedia is the opposite model. It's owned by XAI, which is a for-profit company. Everything is generated by AI based on whatever data the AI was trained on. And here's something interesting. That training data almost definitely included Wikipedia itself. So in a weird way, Grokipedia exists because Wikipedia exists. It learned from Wikipedia to compete with Wikipedia. There's no public edit history on Grokipedia. No way to see how an article evolved or what debates happened. You just get the AI's version of the truth, and you either accept it or you flag it as wrong and hope the AI agrees with you. Wikipedia actually responded to this launch. Their spokesperson said something pretty pointed. She mentioned that Wikipedia has transparent policies and volunteer oversight, and then added that AI companies need Wikipedia to exist because that's what they train their models on. Which is basically a polite way of saying, you literally couldn't build Grokipedia without us, so maybe don't act like you're replacing us. Now, this didn't happen in a vacuum. There's a lot of context here that makes this launch make more sense. First, Musk has been going after Wikipedia for months now. He's been posting about how he thinks it's biased, how the editors have agendas, how certain viewpoints get censored. Whether you agree with that or not, he's been vocal about it. So this isn't coming out of nowhere. This is him putting his money where his mouth is. Second, this fits into xAI's bigger picture. The company just raised $20 billion a few weeks ago. That's billion with a B. NVIDIA is one of the investors. They're building massive data centers, competing directly with OpenAI and Google. An encyclopedia platform could be a strategic move to establish themselves as an authority on information. Third, we're seeing this trend across the AI industry. These companies started with chatbots, right? ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok. But now they're expanding into more structured knowledge. They want to be the place you go for answers, not just conversation. An encyclopedia is a natural evolution of that. And fourth, the timing is interesting. This is the same week Tesla had their earnings call, where Musk talked about needing $1 trillion compensation package. Same week xAI is closing that massive funding round. Same week a bunch of executives left X. There's a lot happening in the Musk universe right now, and Grokipedia is part of that bigger picture. Oh, and one more thing. Musk posted that he delayed the launch to purge out the propaganda. Those were his words. Which raises the obvious question. Who decides what's propaganda and what's not? In this case, it's the AI, which was built by Musk's company. So there's definitely a perspective being baked into this thing from the start. So how are people reacting to this? It's all over the map. Some people in tech are impressed by the technical achievement. Creating almost 900,000 articles quickly is legitimately impressive from an engineering standpoint. The interface is clean, it's fast, it looks professional. From a pure technology perspective, it's pretty slick. But there are concerns. Big ones. Researchers who study how information spreads online are raising red flags. The main worry is accuracy. AI systems are known for making stuff up sometimes. They call it hallucination. The AI just confidently states things that aren't true because it's predicting what words should come next, not actually verifying facts. Without human editors checking every article, how do you catch those errors at scale? Wikipedia has thousands of people constantly monitoring changes and reverting vandalism. Grokipedia has an AI that checks itself. See the problem? Then there's the question of bias. Some people have already noticed that certain articles seem to reflect particular viewpoints. For example, the article about Musk himself describes him as an innovative visionary with a side of irreverent provocateur. Now, is that accurate? Is it biased? That's subjective. But on Wikipedia, that kind of language would get debated to death by editors. On Grokipedia, that's just what the AI wrote. There's also the centralization issue. Wikipedia is decentralized. Thousands of independent editors, non-profit foundation, community governance. Grokipedia is one company, one owner, one AI system. Some people are comfortable with that. Others think it's concerning to have that much control over information concentrated in one place. Early adopters have been testing it out, trying to find errors, seeing how it handles controversial topics. The results have been mixed. Some articles seem solid, others have questionable claims. It's early days, so we'll see how it improves. There are also practical questions about how this is going to work long-term. Like, how does Grokipedia stay up to date? Wikipedia has editors who jump on breaking news immediately. When something major happens, those articles get updated within minutes. Grokipedia would need to constantly refresh its AI's knowledge to stay current. We don't know exactly how that's going to work yet. What happens when there's a dispute? Say the AI writes something you know is wrong. You flag it. The AI disagrees with you. Then what? On Wikipedia, there's a whole process: talk pages, mediation, administrator review. On Grokipedia, it seems like the AI's decision is final. That could be a problem. And what about coverage? Wikipedia has articles on incredibly obscure topics because it has passionate contributors who care about niche subjects. Local history, rare species, underground music scenes. All covered because someone cared enough to write about it. Can an AI match that depth? Will it bother creating articles about topics that don't get much search traffic? Right now, Grokipedia is web-only. There's no app. Wikipedia has solid mobile apps that millions of people use. If Grokipedia wants mainstream adoption, they'll need those eventually. And then there's the business model question. Wikipedia runs on donations. It's transparent about their finances. XAI is a for-profit company. So how does Grokipedia make money? Ads, subscriptions, data collection. They haven't said, and that's worth keeping an eye on. So what happens next? Well, Musk says version 1.0 is coming and it'll be 10 times better. What does that mean exactly? More articles? Better accuracy? New features? We don't know. There was a leaked roadmap that Musk shared on X showing XAI's plans. If it's accurate, November brings updates to Grok, December brings image editing tools, and January 2026 brings Grok 5. So things are moving fast over there. We'll probably see Grokipedia get integrated more tightly with the Grok chatbot on X. Maybe multimedia features like videos or interactive elements. Maybe it becomes searchable through other platforms. The technology's there to do a lot more than just text articles. The real test will be the first major controversy. How does Grokipedia handle a disputed fact about a public figure? How does it deal with rapidly changing information during breaking news? How does it handle topics where there's legitimate disagreement among experts? That's when we'll really see how this system holds up, and we'll see if people actually use it. Wikipedia is deeply embedded in how we use the internet. It's usually the top result when you search for anything factual. Displacing that is a huge challenge, no matter how good your technology is. So that's Grokipedia, an AI-powered encyclopedia from Elon Musk's XAI, launched with 885,000 articles, competing directly with Wikipedia. It represents a fundamentally different approach to online knowledge. Wikipedia says, trust the community, trust transparency, trust the debate process. Grokipedia says, trust the AI, trust the algorithm, trust the speed and efficiency. Both approaches have strengths and weaknesses. Wikipedia can be slow to update and has its own debates about bias. Grokipedia is fast and comprehensive, but raises questions about accuracy and control. Where this goes from here is anybody's guess. Maybe Grokipedia becomes a legitimate alternative and pushes Wikipedia to improve. Maybe it fades away like so many other Wikipedia competitors over the years. Maybe it finds a niche somewhere in between. One thing's for sure, though. The way we access and trust information online is changing fast. AI is becoming a bigger part of that picture. And whether that's good or bad probably depends on who you ask. That's everything we know about Grokipedia so far. If you want to stay updated on what Elon Musk and his companies are up to, subscribe to the channel. New videos every week covering Tesla, SpaceX, XAI, and all the rest. I'll catch you in the next one.